And as we have completed the grid, so as I promised earlier, we're going to do some projects today with CSS Grid and maybe a bit of Flexbox also, because Flexbox also is there. Generally, we don't do projects in that, but in this series, we have a lot of projects, and some of them are done by our teacher, Awesome, also. So you can all watch those series like front end mentor series and all. We are going to have more series like that in the future, because the projects are something which is very much required, and you all need those projects in your portfolio. So this is all theoretical part. This is all for you to learn. But the projects are the main thing. The projects will get you a job. You will get your internship. So we're going to have them more on the channel, and let's get started now. So let me share my screen. Okay. So oh, one sec. Did my Mac? This Mac always causes one sec. There is a I think I have to open it with something else. One sec, there was some issues. So let me again share my screen. Not again. One sec. Why am I opening it in file? Okay, you might be able to see me again, but screen on. Yeah. So finally, I'm able to show my screen. That is good, and we have not wasted much time. One sec. Let me do some settings and all. Okay, so we will start now, and what we're going to do first. Okay, so we are going to first, let me, I was thinking to do it from the code where we terminal, but let us do CSS from there only. Where means from here, because right now we have not yet reach that maturity for the terminal. So for the terminal, you, if you're doing a JavaScript or reacting, you should require, you should know the terminal basics, whether you're using a Windows or a Mac. It is of no excuse. Okay, so you should know that terminal. But since it is CSS, I'm doing it through the directly the explorer, because I also like to do it through terminal, because I find it's more easy to do it terminal, but a lot of people here won't know the terminal, how to do the cd command and all those things. Okay, so that's why I'm doing it from here. So today the first project which we are going to do is a, okay, so it's a photo gallery, and I have, yeah. So index.html and style.css. My new camera seems to have that flickering effect and all. Okay, so I have to fix it, I think. Hi. Yeah, so I'll have this, and then your photo gallery and link the CSS link, and the CSS has been linked. Now I'll have some basic HTML. So let me put that HTML, then I'll explain it. Okay, and the CSS will, all the basic CSS will be same what we are using in the past class and all, past class of Grid. Okay, so this is the basic HTML. So what is this? And also let me open it. Okay, so I'll go live, and it is again opening in something new. So I have to open it. Yeah, so it is showing like this. Okay, so what is there in this thing? So in this we have a div of class of albums. A big class of albums is there, and what is there inside this div? There are some other div are there, so of class of album and class of album. A lot of class of album are there inside the albums class. So this is the main div. So this class of albums are there, and inside this class of album all of them are same, like they have got an image, and it's a random image from Unsplash. Then they got a detail. They got a detail which is S2 and 2p maybe. Okay, so like this they have. Okay, some of them have lesser detail, but all of the classes are the same. So all of these are divs, so showing one after the another, because we have not given any CSS here. So let us give some CSS, and just like in Grid, it is very important to know who is the parent and who is the children. So the main parent here is the albums class, and its childrens are this album. Okay, album, and we are going to use actually Grid twice here. So what will happen here? Like this div of album is there. It has got again two children. First, the albums have got a lot of children with div of album. Okay, so now we are going to do basic of CSS, which we have done so far a lot of time. Okay, so this thing we have done. Okay, so the basic CSS, this we are done, we are doing it from a previous class. So I'll do this thing, and it will be like this. Means everything, the background will be set and all this things. Nothing much is done, but this much will be done. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we are going to do the dot DUMX albums, and this colors. Okay, display of Grid, and we are making a very good photo gallery. Means the like those photo galleries which you have with just few lines of a code. Okay, display Grid and Grid template columns, and repeat auto fit min max. As I've told earlier also, this is one of the most powerful line in Grid. Okay, and this is mainly suitable for something like your uh, photo gallery kind of a thing. Okay, repeat auto fit min max, either it will be 300 pixel or 1 FR. So it will affect what thing? It will affect this all these individual albums, it will affect. So I will give this thing, and see our 70% of the code is been done actually. It is showing like this nice layout, and it is completely responsive. Nice layout is necessary, even it is mobile responsive. So as I've told, most of it is done, but still we could have left it here, but I want to do something more here. Okay, so let us do something more here, and I'll come here, and after this I will have a gap of 5 pixel. I'll have save it, and a gap is there. Then I will come to the individual one, like this album. I'll come. Okay, and please do like and subscribe. And if you're new here, please do like and subscribe, so it will help me to reach more people and all. You can see how much stuff we are doing. Nobody in YouTube is doing that much stuff which we are doing. So many live, only live. so many live. And wait, our teacher is on leave. One of our teacher, awesome. So from next week, we will see how much live we are going to have. We have going to have a crazy amount of live till all of you become a web app developer, which is the main goal of this channel. Okay, so after this, I will have a background and a bit of RGBA. So RGBA means the opacity is also there. So 255 comma 255 comma 255 comma 0.2 I'll have, and I'll save it. So it will show like this. Okay, it will show like this, the background, and the opacity is, so it is showing the pink color thing is there. Okay, and I will have a box shadow. I can have let leave the box shadow. We don't need the box shadow here. So padding, I'll give a 20 pixel, and if I give some padding, see, a lot of things will be solved. Now it is looking much more better, and the padding is also there, and the background is solved. But we don't want it to look in this way. What way we want it to look? Actually, I want this image to come on the left hand side and the text to be come at the right hand side. So how to do that? So for doing that, again we are going to make a grid here. Again we are going to make a grid here, and that grid which we are going to make is we are going to make this album as a grid. So image, it has got two children, image and div. Whenever we make something as a grid, it is very important to understand what are its children. Okay, so what are its children? It's very important to understand. So we'll go here like this, and then display of grid and grid template column, and no repeat this time. It is like 150 pixel and 1 alpha, and gap of 10 pixel. Okay, save it and see. Now I was thinking to have this image in the 150 pixel and the rest of them as a 1 alpha, but it is like, it is not showing it correctly. This is not something to do with grid, this is something to do with images. Images always need to have a width of 100%. So how to do that? So we'll come here, and this image is this album artwork. I'll come here and do this dot album artwork, and width of 100%. I'll do save it, and see, the width of 100% is being shown, and our site is looking very good. So everything is done here, and it is completely done, and it is looking very good. So see, completely it is done completely on the mobile load, and it is very good. It's a very nice photo gallery. So this is how it looks. Okay, so we're done with this project, this small project we're done. Very small project, as I was telling, grid is very powerful. You can do a project in, means we are done it in less than 10 minutes, as I was telling. So this is done. So the next thing which we are going to do is front-end render challenge. As I'm a very big believer in the way to teach CSS is the only way to teach CSS through front-end render challenge, because that is comes as close as possible to a real website. What is this front-end render? Front-end render is a site in which they gives us something which actually the designers give us in real life scenario. Because I have worked as a developer for 16 years, I know that designers give something like that only. Earlier they used to give a PSD files and all. Nowadays they give Figma and all those things, but then also it is quite similar to that. So we'll go here and do a frontendmentor.io. This is the site, frontendmentor.io. You have to come here and go to these challenges, and there are a lot of challenges. And as I always tell, that go to this filter, do this free, do this newbie, and do all these projects. Complete all these projects, you'll be very good in CSS. Okay, so which one we are going to do first? We are going to do, I think, single price component. We're going to do this one, single price component. So I'll open this, and then I will widget challenge how I'll do, and then this download starter I'll do. So it will download it, and so this is downloaded, and I will bring it here. I will extract it and close it. Single price component, master, and So this is done, and now I will open it in the VS Code. Okay, so this is what they have provided us. Okay, they have provided us this thing, and as I told, this is as close as to the developer as the designer which they gives us. And designers, they generally give us this design. Okay, so reveal in Finder. So the see, this is what, one sec, not this one, this one. So this is how the designer gives us those things. So nowadays the Figma and all those things are there, but a designer generally designs something like this, and it will give it to the front end developer who have to convert it into those all divs and the styles and all those things. So that's why I tell this front end mentor site is the closest to what we can have in a real life scenario. So they will, designer will give you this much only. You have to think how to do this, how to convert it into a website. That is what you have to think. You have to think, okay, this much I have to do something like this. I can use a grid, I can use a flexbox and all those things. And they will give you the mobile layout also. So both of the layout they will give you. So now we are going to create it, and let me open one of them. So let us keep this open so that we can see it. Okay, so what is there? Okay, so after this, in this front end meta site, what is the in the index.html? You see the index.html, which is mostly just the text is there, nothing else is there, only the text is there. They don't even give us the div and all. So real life scenario also it happens like this. Footer is something which I don't like. Means footer is just the predation which you can remove. Means it is created by this and this guy and other things. Okay, feel free to remove this also, they're telling us. So I will remove this also. I'm feeling free to remove it. So I'm feeling free, so I will remove it, and then I'll go live, and this will open in my open as always in Safari. And I don't like Safari, nobody likes Safari. Okay, so as I've told, index.html have nothing, just nothing. It has got nothing, just plain text. Now we have to convert it into this beautiful design. So it seems impossible, but it is very much possible with Flexbox and Grid. And I will show how it is, how easy it is with Flexbox and Grid. So now what we are going to do here, we are going to come here and link so I can remove. Okay, so let me do a first do a link and CSS, and the CSS file we have to create. Actually they don't give us a new file style.css, but we are not going to create a CSS file. We're not going to write CSS first, because this is not how we work, how anybody works, how the real developers work. First we have to create the div, and the divs and all we have to create first. Okay, so how that is going and all those things we have to create first, and then we have to create the CSS. So we'll go here, and after this we have to create the div. So div, as you can see, there will be a big container. Okay, so the container will contain all these things. Okay, so first thing is that we will have a container, then we will have one class for this and one class for this. Okay, in the way you have to think, okay, a container for this, and then one part for this, and one part for this complete. Okay, this and this, and then this part I'm going to further divide into these two parts. So let us do like that. Okay, so this is the way you have to think. After this body, I'll come and div dot container I'm going to do, and here it will wrap everything, literally everything it will wrap. So let me put everything inside. I have put everything inside. Now I will have a section dot primary, and another thing also, let us have section dot secondary. We have primary, I'm going to have like this. And now h1 join our community, and this is the h2. So this is h2, as you can see, this is h2. So h2, then okay, till this review I will have I'll have a P, and I'll have another P, which will have this. Now in the secondary, as I have told, we are going to have two parts. So secondary will have two sections. First thing, so one will be div dot sub section I'm going to have, and then h2 will be there, which will have this monthly subscription first, and then uh, p will be there. And see, this dollar 29 is bigger than per month, so this dollar 29, I'll put it inside a span. Okay, so that we can style it a bit differently. So I put this dollar 29 inside a span, and the rest of them will be like this per month. Now after this, full access for less than, okay, so this is again a T, and then we are going to have a button, and this button is like sign up. Okay, so after this, the second subsection is this y a subsection, so we are going to have that. So div dot subsection I'm going to have, then after this I'm going to have this h2 again, and this is like h2 ys and unordered list. So this I'm keeping it in an unordered list because we want it one after the another. Then rest of the things we are going to remove from here. Okay, so okay, so in this unordered list I'll have a li, and okay. So each one of them will be an li, and this is how you do real websites. Okay, so all the things we have learned for Flexbox and Grid will now come into play. But even the HTML is coming into play. Okay, so that is a cool thing. HTML is also coming into play because HTML is also so much important, because the skeleton is the most important. Then only you are going to able to apply those uh, Grid and Flexbox and all those things. Align, I'm going to do, and okay, so I will finally save it and see if I come here, it will show, it is showing much better than what it was earlier. Okay, so it is showing much better. Then in this front end mentor, what happens, you have to go to this style guide. Okay, style guide has got a lot of important things like what is the mobile layout, desktop, colors it has got. So in real world scenario also, the colors and the images will be given to you by the designer, but developer never chooses the color, and because they're very artistic thing, to choose the color it is not that much easy, to choose the images is not that much easy. All of these things are provided by the designer only, and they are also doing the same thing, the design is providing that thing. Okay, one more thing, they are telling us that you have to use this Google font. Nowadays, as I told earlier also, a lot of time that nobody uses the normal font, everybody uses Google font. So I will come here and I will select this thing, and this Carla is the Google font, and I'll remove all because I was using something. Okay, so they are telling us in the Carla you have to choose the 400 and the 700. So I'll come down, and regular 400, always choose the regular one, never choose the regular italics one and all. So regular 400 I will choose, and I will come down, and regular this bold 700 I'll choose, and this two I have chosen, and then I'll come here, and imports I'll go, and this import I'll go, and I'll go now with the style.css and put it up. Okay, then star box sizing is border box, and then the body is like font family is, so font family, we have to take this Carla. So I will take this Carla and sans serif maybe. And background color that they gave us, yeah, they gave us this background color also, which is this light gray kind of a color. So we are going to choose that. So this you have to hit and try. Actually, I've already hit and tried. So hit and try. So after this, I'll go and do a background of color of like this, HSL and all. Then I'm going to choose a display of flex, and so I want to bring everything at the center. So I'm doing display of flex and justify content as center, and align items as center, and margin as 0, and so I'll do this thing. So it will sort of move to the center. So the background has also changed. But one more very important thing is that you have to always give a min height, then only it will move to the center, or else it doesn't move to the center. 100 VH I have to do is I want to move it to the center. So this is how I move it to the center. Display flex, justify content, center, align item center, and min height is also required. Min height or height, anything will work. 100 VH I have given, so this is how it will work. So that is done. Now we are going to give the style for this container, which is the main thing, which is controlling everything. So I will come here and do a dot container, and this container background color is actually white here. You see here the background color. This is the background color. The main background color is white. So we will do the background color as white, and we have to give a width for this thing. So width is like 634 it is styling. So in Mac, you can choose it in anything, like in real world scenario. Generally the Figma and all those things are nowadays given, but earlier we used to get files like this only. So you have to check it out how much. So it is like 600 and all. So I'll come here and do max width of 600 pixel, and now I'm going to use display grid. See, I'm combining both Flexbox and Grid. So Flexbox is very easy, cool, or very easy to give those smaller style, but this kind of a complicated style sometimes you have to give with the Grid. Why? Because first thing is that I want to make a grid template rows of, I want to make these two rows. One is of 220 pixel and one is of 260 pixel. So how did I got this? Again, you can get it like this, like 215 pixel it is showing, and this is like 252. So just roughly like this much I have done. This I will do. And then there is a border radius also is there. So border radius of 5 pixel, and I'll save it and see, it is showing perfectly. This is not going at the correct place, but this will come there. But the box is showing perfectly. So this box also have some box shadow is there, so some dark box shadow is there, but they have not given us box shadow anyway. So we have to use the box shadow on our own. Maybe we can get it from some box shadow generator. So I'll do a box shadow generator. So these are all these things are available, like box shadow generator. I'll go to this box shadow generator, and so you don't need to know much about it, but you just can like this horizontal, and you can like this, you can do, and vertical length. So try to have it like this, so that it is all it is like maybe I will make it as 0 only. Okay, so this blur radius is like this radius, this is the blur radius. Okay, so this is the blur radius. Maybe 9 is okay, and spread radius is like this. Okay, spread radius is, so this much is okay, and I will take this box shadow I'll put, and Now it will look like this, much better than what it was. Now this is done. Now we are going to go and this secondary thing, which is this monthly subscription and YS is coming, we have to fix that. Okay, so I'll go here and do the dot secondary, and here again I'm going to make it a display grid, and we could have easily done to the flexbox also. Okay, so display grid I'll do, and both of these are actually equal. Both of these are actually equal. So what we're going to do here, after display grid template column, repeat, let us use the repeat 2 times 1 FR I'm going to do, and then there is a background color which actually they have given us background color. So this background color is this thing like this 179. This one is the background color cyan. They're telling it's not exactly like that. Okay, so like this I'll do, and I'll save it. See now what will come. So the background color is also done. A lot of things are done now. Okay, it is looking quite similar to what it is there. Okay, so now we'll come to this. Let us do this primary first. So I'll come to this and do the primary. So internal things are remaining right now. So I'll come here and do the dot primary. And first thing to make everything good is the padding. So padding of 20 pixel I'm going to do and save it. So see this padding have given and it is already looking good. So now the H1, the color of the H1, they have also given us the color of the H1. So if you see the color of the H1, so it is like this. They have already given us, as I'm telling this, the color of the H1 is like the same thing. So I will come here and do the dot primary, and H1 is like color is like HSL, this one like this, and save it, and dot primary H3 is like color is like HSL, and okay, there's another color is there here, this 71 color. So I'm going to take that. Okay, dot primary P. Actually this color they have not given us. Okay, so this I have taken on my own color, and this is a kind of a gray kind of a color. So this I have found out on my own. C2. So there are tools in Chrome by which you can find the exact color. Be like this and save it. So it is already looking good, but the thing is that the margin is way too much. So I'll do a margin of 3 pixel. Okay, so margin I made it at less, and now it is looking perfect. Okay, so this is done. So this thing is done. Now the next thing which we are going to do is the bottom both this thing. And okay, before this another. Okay, so these two things are known as subsection. Actually this subsection thing is there. So I'll do the subsection dot subsection nth child 1 and child 1 I have to do. Then again the first thing which I'm going to do is the padding of 20 pixel and color of this one, and save it. So it will come like this. It is already showing very good. And okay, so one more thing which we actually forgot to do is this 29 and this, see this per month, they are like a different. So let us add some classes here. So I'll come here and actually the per month have some space here. So I'll have a class equal to big, and this is actually a bit darker. This per month is actually a bit darker. So it's always good to have that also inside a span, as span span. It's not coming like this. Span span I'm going to have, and then this per month is there. Like this it will come, and this will have a class equal to DA. Okay, Docker. Okay, it is coming outside. I don't know why. So Docker, do and save it. Now I'm going to style those things. So big and Docker. So I come here and do the dot big, and font size is like 30 pixel, and like this it is there, and dot darker is like color is the same thing actually which you had earlier. Save it, and it will be like this lighter color and all. So now the next thing which you are going to have this button. So button is like this. If you can see here, it's like this big green kind of a button. So we're going to create this big green kind of a button. And button, do we have something? Okay, there is one button, so I don't even need a class. I will directly style this thing. Okay. So this I will come here and do a button, and width. Okay, so again, how do I know the width actually? So if I come here and see this thing like this, I can see the width like it is like 234, means I can take 240 very easily, 240 pixel. And then height also I can do it like this. So this is a very cool way to do it. Okay, 45, maybe I will take 50 pixel. So height as 50 pixel I'll do, and then border radius as 5 pixel I'll do, and the outline of none. Outline of none is very important, because all else outline and border. Okay, see this outline and none I have done. Border also none I have to take. So I'll do the border as none. These two things are very important, because in most of the buttons we don't have both of these things, outline and border. We don't have. When the background color is like they have also given us this thing, which is now again the HSL. And one more thing I want to tell, this designers love HSL. So the HSL they can control more. So that's why most of the time you'll get HSL only. So but that hexadecimal and RGB are actually more popular. But designer love this thing. They can control the because the second and I think hue, saturation, and lightness. They can control the saturation and lightness. Okay, so I'll color this thing like this, and it will be like this. And the button color is not actually white also, and not actually black also. It is something a different color. Color is like hash F7 F9 BC, like this, and font size is like 16 pixel. Okay, so I'll do this, and see it is like this. They have taken it like this, like it's very difficult to see, but this is what the designers have given. So this is what the designers have given, and we cannot go over them. Okay, so this is there. Now the second one is remaining. So we'll come here and do the dot sub section init child. I'll do the init child of 2, and then I'll do a the background color is actually different for this. Okay, and they have not again given a second. I have to find it out. Okay, F51 BEPD. Okay, so now you all might be wondering, how do I find out all this color and all? Okay, so I'll tell that thing. Okay, so if I come here, if I go back, see this thing is there. Okay, so maybe I'll click on it. Maybe I'll make it a bit bigger and on. Okay, so I don't have this on my Firefox actually. Let me tell how do I find it out if someone doesn't give the color. So this is my Chrome, and in Chrome I'll open it. And so this is open. So in my Chrome, I have this tool known as a color picker, and you can get any color picker. It is not like that you have to do. I don't remember how I made it a bit bigger. Maybe zoom like this. Okay, so maybe like this I had done, and then I have to do this thing, color picker, and then I have to go here, and then I have to choose anything like this. G I have to choose. This is how you find the color name. Okay, by this tool you can find the color name by this tool. Okay, so this is how you find it. This is how I found out in most of them. So that is done. Now, as I've told, we have to do this thing, by us thing. So let us do that. So the background color I have given, okay, has, I think it is looking different. Okay, yeah, so I've given this. Now the rest of the things we have to do here, which is like the, okay, one more thing I have to do, this button. I think the button has some box shadow also, so it's better to give the same box shadow which we have given here. Come in, and the button and give the box shadow. Oh, it is not looking good. I think the spread radius. What is the spread radius? Like 0 is much better. Okay. Okay, whatever. So it is there, and then the second section we have to come, and here I have to give the padding. First thing is that I've given this. Now I have to give the padding also. So padding is like 20 pixel, and color I have to give, and the color is again HSL, and this white kind of a color is there, so I'll do it, and it is like this. And then the UL I have to, ooh, it is going outside. What is happening? Okay, I do padding 15. Oh, that is good. Hmm. Okay, so padding I had given too much, so that is there, and now we have to use the UL. UL I have to use, and UL I will to do. First thing is that list style is none, because I don't want this things like this thing, circle things are gone. Then I want the margin as 0, and padding as 0 again, and save it, so it will move here, because here also if you see the padding and the margin, both of them are moving here. Okay, so that is there. And the color, so color again I have found it out. So color is like hash A8 EDF4 I will do. Then font size is like 16 pixel. Okay, let me do one more thing. One second. Mark your attendance here. Just mark your attendance here. Final day attendance, and you all will get the certificate most probably by tomorrow. Okay, so it is okay. It is looking like this, 16 pixel and all. It is now looking much more better than what it was there earlier. And what else is remaining? Nothing else is remaining here. Okay, so now the thing is there. We have to make it like this. Okay, so it is not looking at all good in the desktop, in the mobile view. So mobile view, how it should look? Mobile view, where is my mobile view? So mobile view, it should look like this. Normal only, it should come below it. The main thing is there. So let us create the mobile view now. So mobile view will create. I can make it big now, and I'll go at media and screen, and max width is 600 pixel. I'm going to do, and the first thing which I'm going to do is the body as min height as 80 vertical height. See, 100 vertical height is there, we can give 80, and any different number also is there. Okay, so and then I will save it, so it will be a bit smaller. Then I will do a dot container as width of 400 pixel. I'm going to do, see, the width has become lesser now. And the grid template rows, now the grid template rows is like both of them are same actually in this place, 260 pixel and 260 pixel. I'm going to do both of them are 260 pixel. So this is all 260 pixel, this is all 260 pixel. Now what else I have to do? This dot secondary, the secondary one is, if you go up and you see this secondary one, it is like it is having the grid template column, which is like repeating like 2 times 1 FR. But I want only 1 FR right now, only 1 FR I want. Okay, so I'll come here and do the secondary one and dot secondary, and this the grid template column as not repeat but as 1 FR. I'm going to do, save it and see. It is showing like this. It is showing like this. Maybe okay. Yeah, it is showing. Okay, so I think one more thing which we need to do in this secondary, this box shadow is not there, I think, so that's why it is looking a bit weird. How to create a box shadow here? Okay, the box shadow is not going till the end. Okay, so that is something you can check it out. But the box shadow here, the box shadow was on the button. The box shadow was where? Okay, let us do one thing. Okay, I can do one thing. So this is how you fix things. Okay, so this is something which I never knew will come like this. So actually I am going to choose the second one, and I don't want to override anything here. So if you don't want to override anything, you have to do it like this. Okay, so you just, I need to do this thing. Okay, but box shadow, then it will screw up, I think so, because see, it is going here also, I don't want it there. So now it's a tricky thing. Okay, now it's a tricky thing. Or else what we can do, we can remove the box shadow always. Box shadow as, do you have something like this? This is looking much better. Yeah. So this is how you do live debugging. Also, I didn't anticipated this thing. It just came seeing this the box shadow of none I have given in the thing. Okay, it's okay to give like this. Okay. So the container now have the no box shadow, but in the this view do have a box shadow. Okay, and it is looking perfect now. It is looking perfect. Perfect. This is looking perfect, and we did this live. Okay. Okay, and think we're done here, and hope you all have filled the attendance form and all. And one sec. Okay, so we're done here. We're done with the CSS thing. You've learned something. We'll have some more CSS stuff and all. So you're going to learn more, even more. You're going to learn, and we are on a mission to help you become a web app developer. So we'll do anything in our thing. We are already taking 5 people under our belt who have completed the assignment, and we are guiding them separately. Means they have completed the assignment. We want people to complete the assignment so that we can guide them. So that is what we are doing. So if you also complete the assignments and all, we are going to guide you personally. I'm going to do a one-to-one with you personally to guide you. Okay, and all those things are there. So with this, I'll end today's stream, and we will meet tomorrow at 3 p.m. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Every Saturday at 3 p.m. we have a workshop. So if you're new, if you want to come to web app development, do attend the workshop. It's 3-hour workshop. Okay. With this, thank you all. Bye.